first started, you think back to episode 1, he didn't even know Anakin was still alive. So his thought was literally just get Leia back, get her safe. Do you think now that this has kind of been messing with his head, now that he's been seeing visions and this sort of thing, this hasn't turned into just a mission? This is more personal for him based on what he remembers in the past. And this is not just about getting Leia back, but it's more personal because he feels like it's his responsibility after what happened with Anakin.
That's a really good question and a topic that you picked, because I can see it from a few different viewpoints. I still think the overall mission in this timeline, in this sequence, is to get Leia to safety. But now that he knows Anakin's alive, and that when he sees what Anakin's become, I know he definitely feels responsible for everything that's happened to Anakin and what Anakin's become. But I would say at this point, let's just say they get Leia to safety and that this mission's complete. Let's just say, just for argument's sake, for the sake of this debate, Leia's back in Alderaan. She's safe with the Organas. I definitely think Obi-Wan at that point takes a more vested interest in bringing down the Empire. I think he resigned himself to the fate of, I'm just going to live out my life as normal as possible, try to keep from making any waves, and I'll cut my buffalo meat or whatever it is. Baby. Yeah, I'll be a meat cutter for the end of my days, and if Luke starts showing some Jedi potential, I'll train him the best I can. But I think he was very much okay with staying in the back scenes and into the shadows and not really diving into it. But now that Vader has resurfaced and he knows Anakin's alive, I think maybe he believes he can help and bring him back, and maybe create some level of understanding and reach the Anakin inside of Vader that he once knew and considered his family, his brother. And so I think he takes definitely more of an approach where he tries to take down the Empire regime and reach Anakin in a way to pull Anakin back to who he was before he went to the dark side. That's what I think. I don't think it's necessarily I must kill him, and I don't think it's one of those things where I'll do what I must, and he feels like he's the one that's gotta end Anakin's life or whatever. I just think he feels, in my mind, if I'm Obi-Wan and I'm thinking I have another chance to redeem this guy. My biggest failure. This was my responsibility. I was supposed to train this guy. I was supposed to prevent him from ever being lured by the dark side. This is my chance to complete what I was meant to do for this kid. I'm going to do right by him here. And so I think he does thwart a lot of Vader's maybe evil plans and things, and maybe they battle a few times. I don't think it's like cut and dry as, okay, he's alive, I got to finish the job and kill him. I don't think it's like that. I think this mission specifically was to get Leia to safety, but now that Vader is back into play, Obi-Wan comes out of his hole in the ground, so to speak, and he's okay with taking more of a step into the light again of, I'm going to do my best to right my wrong, so to speak. So that's what I think.